Hey, welcome. Joan and Triana here.
Hi.
And today we're going to talk about the new moon eclipse in Libra on October 2nd. And this is really an energy forecast. And we came up with the name of Moon, Myth, and Magic. So Triana's going to talk about the astrology and what this particular lunar eclipse means. And then the magic piece will be oracle cards. And she's also going to talk about, at least I think you are, Triana, the myths or goddesses that are involved in this one. Did we talk about doing that?
Right. Yes, we did.
Oh, good. Oh, okay. Who knows? Lost the brains. Keep the hat on, pull down. So that's the scoop. And I thought I would just start off by just doing, I pulled a card for really what's the theme for the day. And I pulled two cards, two different decks. So the new moon in Libra from the card deck I use, this one is from Yasmin Boland's Moonology cards. And is Know You're Loved. So we're in the sign of Libra, where think about partnership, relationship. And then I thought, okay, Know You're Loved, that's a really good one. And then I picked another deck, and I'm going to pull cards today for all of the different signs and qualities. So it will kind of make sense. We'll weave a story together with the mythology and the astrology that Triana shares. And I pulled the Guardian Angel card. You're never alone. I mean, to me, wouldn't these make great earrings? You're never alone and you are loved. And I thought, since the relationship sign, boy, it's going to be one of those mornings, relationship sign of Libra, they felt like a good pairing. What do you think? Did it feel like a good pairing to you, Triana?
Absolutely. I think that's just great. You couldn't have hit it better.
Well, and yeah, that's kind of how, and I've got to say, living in the Pacific Northwest, Triana and I are both islanders. And I was down picking up my little brother at the ferry. And as I looked down, I almost stepped on an eagle feather, which I didn't. And to have this feather in this card today was so special. So, as Triana reminds us not to forget to look up, look at the moon, look at the stars, appreciate and enjoy them. Also, look down, because there could be a feather right underneath your feet. And for me, I happen to be an air sign. For me, feathers are always a lucky omen. And I always think of angels and magic is, vibrating with us. So this call started when I found that feather. And you can see by all what I have up top here that feathers are big. So Triana, since I'm talking about feathers and birds, who is the god or goddess? What are you in the mood to talk about first? Mythology, astrology, whatever you're in the mood for.
Well, let's talk about this annular solar eclipse that this new moon is going to create and the mythology around it.
Perfect.
That sound okay? Okay. We have Selene is the moon goddess, and she draws the moon across the night sky with a chariot of white horses. And Helios is the sun god, he's the sun god Son, and Sun, and he's the son of Apollo. He draws his chariot with fiery horses across the sky and is the sun. And when there's an eclipse, Selene and Helios cross each other in their chariots, and that's what creates a solar eclipse. And the same with the lunar eclipse in Greek mythology. And I just find that to be,
Oh, beautiful.
isn't that cool?
I mean, excuse me, anytime there's galloping horses, I'm like all in.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, fiery horses. And then, I think of then pure white horses crossing paths.
Yeah, I love that. I love that imagery. And to me, it makes it more alive and a lot less, well, the astrologers of the ancient days used to view eclipses with a lot of doom and gloom, which we don't do anymore. But this particular eclipse is going to be called, it's an annular eclipse, and it's going to be called a ring of fire because it won't be total, but it will be a ring of fire eclipse. And I don't know if you've ever seen one of those before, but they're really cool because
Wow.
we won't be able to see it from here. It'll only be visible in the Pacific Ocean, Easter Island, and the extreme south of South America. But during one of those eclipses, when you go outside and you look at, for instance, the shadows of the trees or bushes or whatever, they're circular shadows. They look like rings everywhere. And it's just awesome. I've seen a couple of them, and not through a telescope or anything, but just looking at the shadows. And
Wow.
so yeah, it's really cool to be able to see. So this eclipse will be in the sign of Libra and the new moon. And it is going to primarily affect the air signs, and that's Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, who will feel this the most. And what you'll feel is a heightened sense of energy, as well as with an eclipse, the energy is different because there's a feeling sometimes of things not being quite right. Now, this eclipse has a duration of 7 minutes and 24 seconds. And so that's not very long. But
Right.
what is said for a solar eclipse is that it disrupts the geomagnetic energy of the earth enough that for instance, homing pigeons can be thrown off by an eclipse. That's been proven because they follow the energy grids pretty much. And so migrations can be thrown off, and they're way more sensitive than we are, but we're more sensitive than we think we are. So we might be a little bit discombobulated on that day, but not for very long. But the new moon effect for Libra is, and the air signs in general, is to be able to take a step back and to feel the sense of harmony and see where the harmony is, see where things are fair, stop and look at the beauty around you, because Libra is very much into beauty. Music is also very ruled by Libra for the arts. And so listen to some good music and fill up your soul with that on that day.
Well, I was just cracking up thinking I was going, Ring of Fire. And then I thought of the moon, and then I went to Johnny Cash.
Exactly. I thought of that too.
I think I better go listen to that again. I'll pay attention to the words he's saying. Oh, that is cool. Oh, and when I think about Libra too, my dad was a Libra, my ex-husband was a Libra, nephew, a lot of Libras, a lot of Libra friends and people in my life. And the word that comes to mind, if I was to, of all the signs in the zodiac, to me, and I have to keep things really simple to remember them, charm.
Yes.
Not anyone as charming as Libra. When they turn that up, oh, I'm a goner. I just love it.
Yeah, you can't be.
Yeah, fine.
That's exactly how it works. Librans are very beauty oriented, and they're very conscious of other people. Libra, the symbol for Libra is the setting sun, and the sort of the coinage or the coin word for Libra is the other. And Libra focuses on the other more than on themselves. So that's where you do get the charm, because they're focused on who they're talking to, who their audience is. They're focused on being fair, achieving balance, achieving harmony between themselves and their environment, socially or environmentally. And they usually have really nice houses. Their places are in order, and Libras have a really nice edge that way.
Yeah, that, and I like the symbol of the scales, you know, having things coming into balance.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. That's the symbol of justice. And Libra also rules the court systems. So that's where you see the blindfold and the scales being held, because they will feel the sense of balance rather than see and judge. They'll go by feeling, and which isn't a typical air sign quality, because air signs are mental and they think and process mentally rather than emotionally. But a Libra has antennas out for things that are fair or not, or just or not. And that's where I've been really paying attention to Kamala Harris being a Libra, and watching the way that she operates as a former prosecutor is very, very Libran. So it's really interesting to watch someone who's living her sign.
Well, and play how it plays out on the stage, you know, that
Exactly.
because I think that was one of the things about each of the signs that's so interesting to me, is that you're born with these qualities or characteristics. And, I was going to say positive or negative, pluses or minuses, blessings and challenges about expressing yourself fully or not. And how we express and don't express, there's a consequence for whatever we do or don't do. And so I think that's why I find learning about astrology so interesting, to learn about, how you process information or feelings and emotions, or what inspires you to move forward, and how do you bring that back in harmony when you feel out of balance. So that's why I think part of why astrology is so intriguing.
It is. And mind you, when we talk about a sun sign, we're only dealing with one sign out of 12. And a full horoscope is the 12 houses, 10 planets, and an innumerable number of aspects and so many possibilities. So what we're doing is really more entertainment, dealing with only sun sign, but still it's valid. And I love doing these.
Yeah, and don't you think the personality is really the sun sign?
It no matter, people can interpret us or will interpret us as our rising sign more often because of the way that we behave, but who we are inside is our sun sign. That's who we truly are.
Yeah, that's the part that I just find that was fascinating to know your sun sign. The sun sign's who you truly are. Your rising sign is how others see you. And your moon sign, I think of it as the way you process your emotions.
Right. That's exactly how it works.
Oh,
Very good, Joan.
yes, yes. I I get so easily confused. What can I say? So, and that brings me to a really cool poem. At least I think this is really sweet that I saw on Instagram this morning. Look to the stars. Never forget that you're made of magic and sparkly light too.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that nice? Look to the stars. Never forget that you're made of magic and sparkly light too. And they have two bunny rabbits, which of course I thought were adorable.
Aw.
So when you think of, from just what we've said so far, knowing you're loved and remembering you're not alone, again, just to me, fits in so well. And years and years ago, when I was on Orcus, I came across a book, and I wanted to just share this because how I sort of see what Triana and I are doing is sort of just telling stories and then sharing information. And if you want to learn more about your chart, Triana's information is below. And if you want to learn more about, cards and things like that, my information's below. But I wanted to share resources so you could do your own display. And this is a great book by Jan Spiller, New Moon Astrology. And the secret of astrological timing to make all your dreams come true. Get what you wish for in love, happiness, health, career, money, and more. Well, she had me at the title. Yes. And so what she does, like, where are we? Okay, that's Capricorn. We're in the wrong sign. I didn't, Libra. So here are the key words that she brings forward to talk about Libra for things you can wish for. So think about if any of these appeal to you: marriage, negotiation skills, harmony, teamwork, sociability and diplomacy, refinement, or healing codependency. So to her, those were the key things. And then say, okay, so I'm going to pick harmony. So say you're wishing for more harmony, mind, body, spirit, harmony in your business, your finances, your relationships. Libra rules harmony, including peace, beauty, art, decorations. So you can look to see, is there anything there that would appeal to me? And here's a sample of an affirmation she writes. I want to easily find myself adding those decorating touches to my environment that create a feeling of peace, happiness, and serenity.
I like it.
I want to easily find myself decorating my home in a way that totally pleases me. And so what she'll do is she'll have a heading at the top. These are all different affirmations. And then you choose a number of wishes. And then the next new moon, I will teach you another trick. But this book, I think you can still get it. Sadly, Jan has passed. But you can get this book on Amazon. But her idea is on the new moon is when you set your intentions for new wishes. So it was through her that I started wishing on the moon. And I did a really cool thing with a girlfriend, a couple of people, and we did new moon wishing circles. And we'd meet once a month and we would talk about the moon and wishes and then hold the intentions for each other. So that was just something I thought was so cool. Who knows, Triana, maybe we might do something like that.
I think that's fabulous. I used to be part of a drumming circle, and we'd get out under a full moon and drum, and that was really unreal. I loved it.
That sounds fabulous. I haven't ever done that. I have a drum, but I haven't ever done the a full moon drumming, but that would be
It's really cool.
magic. Oh no, I take that back. Yes, I have done it. I have done it on the beach, but it wasn't at night because person's schedule who I was working with could only do it during the day. But we did it on the beach, sitting on the drift with, rocks and in the sand and drum too. And did our new moon wishes outside, which was really kind of fun.
Nice.
But so anyway, that's the little scoop on new moon wishes. If that's interesting, I'll put the name of the book and Jan's information below. And I thought it would be cool to do some cards. So I'm going to just shuffle here. I just really like that visual, Triana, of the chariots, the two chariots crossing. That is so beautiful.
I do too.
Love that. So, and who's the goddess for Libra?
A goddess for Libra. Oh, that's a good question. I'd have to go look it up in my book. I hadn't even thought of that one.
Well, that's okay. We don't need to. No, we got the chariots, we got the horses, we got the fire, we got the white horses, we got the fiery horses, we got a crossing. I think we have a lot. That's
We
plenty.
have horses.
We got horses, horses of courses, and that's a very good thing. And I love it for this new moon, and I find a feather, and I'm using a deck with an owl on it. I just love this deck. And so I thought it would be cool. Let's do a variety of card readings. Or maybe let's just do a general reading. For this new moon, what would be most helpful? So think about anything that you might like to manifest within the next 30 days. And you can just think about it. And then I'm going to just pull a card or two. So get something in mind. And then step one, embrace the power of peace. So as you fall in love with whatever you want to bring forward, the first step is embracing the power of peace. And, look at these arrows, directional arrows, up and down and sideways, vertical, all directions. So first, it's like embracing the peace of your desire. And you let your imagination go. And the trader, you're sort of trading energy from you haven't done something about it to you're ready to take some action. So the trader is exchanging energy to create balance, to create abundance. So you got to start moving something forward. And then we have the Lord. Take charge with authority. So when you start to think about whatever wish you'd like to bring into reality, for this month, my thought is know you're loved and you're never alone. Embrace the energy of peace. Exchange energy to create abundance. So you've got to take some action, get some energy going, and take charge with authority. And it's when you take charge with authority, you can exchange energy to create abundance. and you can embrace this new peaceful process because you're not alone and you know you're loved.
Doesn't that dovetail together nicely?
I think it does. And then I go right back to, and then our apostrophe, look to the stars. Never forget that you're made of magic and sparkly light too.
I love it.
And it's kind of up to us to, you know, whatever we wish for. Because wherever we are right now is what we wished for years ago, you know, where you're living or whatever. You didn't accidentally get here. It took you a lot of hard work
Yeah.
to get, you know, wherever you are. So anyway, that's today's version of moon, myth, and magic. Anything else you want to add to it today, Triana?
I don't think so. I think we've covered it really well.
Victory!
Yeah.
Done. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks for the full moon, and I think it's the full moon in Aries.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll be back in a couple of weeks, and hey, we'll see how our wishes are doing. Have a great one. Take good care. And from Triana and myself, we say thank you. And if you like this video, please do a thumbs up below. And if you subscribe and you like these energy forecasts, you'll know when we're going to do the next one. Or we'll just send it out to you. So thank you so much, and bye for now. Take good
Bye.
care.